Hello and welcome to Craft Beerstream number 6. I'm Tim.
And I'm Claire.
And it's great to be back this week.
Yeah, welcome back to Craft Republic on a slightly more dreary Tuesday evening.
Yeah, it's not exactly the August that we were promised, but hey, we have to roll with the punches, don't we?
Lovely Welsh summer we've got now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Today we're going to be reviewing 3 beers again, but first of all, we're actually decided we're going to go for a can today.
Yeah, we just thought it'd be something a bit different. So we've got over 100 different beers, ciders, non-alcoholic drinks in our bottle shop, in our fridges. So we thought it'd be quite nice to pick one of our new arrivals, which just arrived this week, which has sort of got me a little bit intrigued. And talk about that instead.
Yeah, something that we've not tried, so we thought it'd be good to do a little review of it. So the first beer we're going to be talking about is Stigbergets Flamingo juice. So if you don't know who Stigbergets are, they're a microbrewery in Gothenburg, and if you don't know where Gothenburg is, it's in Sweden.
It is, yeah. So I didn't know that Gothenburg is Sweden's craft beer capital as well. There's over 40 microbreweries in Gothenburg.
I didn't know that.
No, it certainly got me thinking about planning a long weekend.
Yeah,
over there.
Definitely. I think that would be a great weekend, trawling around all the microbreweries there.
Yeah, well, 6 out of Sweden's top 10 breweries are based there as well. So they've got some real credentials going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely somewhere I'd like to try.
Definitely. And Stigbergets, so they started in 2012, and they actually started because their owner also runs a restaurant and they wanted their own beer. So they decided to brew their own beer out of that. And then it was only sort of in 2016 that they really sort of shot to brewery fame, if you like, because their GBG Beer Week beer was named one of the best beers in the world. It actually hit number 8 in ranked beers listings.
Oh, wow.
So it's sort of from then they've just kind of gone from strength to strength, really.
Okay, so, but it's not going to be a hazy beer, is it?
It's not going to be a hazy beer. So these guys seem to they are very proud of their punchy and juicy IPAs. They do a lot with Pilsner malts as well. But we've got a Gose.
Yes. So Flamingo juice is a 5% sour.
Yeah, so it's a mango and pepper Gose. So of course, Gose traditionally brewed with salt and with coriander. So I'm guessing the pepper in this probably is instead of those sort of coriander notes, it will bring that pepperiness to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna open it up and see what it looks like. So
this is made with mango puree as well. So I'm expecting a good mango punch, but this we've not seen this, not tried this one at all. So this is brand new in this week. So yes, it goes obviously traditionally a German style originating from Goslar, which is home to the River Gose. And Gose are traditionally brewed with salt and with coriander. So whenever I see a Gose, immediately you're thinking about that salinity and that saltiness, and it's going to have that kind of, quite minerally taste to it, and tart as well. So it's actually related to a Berliner Weiss style of beer.
Yeah, so they're not typically super lips, like smacking, like makes you go really like.
I think it was the episode that we recorded that Simon Martin was here, and you tried Sour Susie, which was a Berliner Weiss as well, wasn't it? Which is
but it was a sour mashed traditional with some lemon rather than adding lots of fruit puree. Okay. So I think I'm expecting obviously something slightly different, but along the similar vibes.
Yeah, so sort of lighter in style. Did you say 5%?
Yeah, 5%. They do have another version, Baby Flamingo. Well, I think that's what it's called, and it's but they have a 3.5% version. So I'm expecting probably a bit more body from this, but I guess until we try, we don't know.
I don't think we've had many Swedish beers.
No.
So
no, I don't think we have, to be fair.
No, so it's great to have them in our fridges now.
Yeah.
If it goes well, we might have some more.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they've got there is a number of other beers from them that we can get hold of. So obviously, if this goes down well, we could be bringing more in. I think. Let's try. Straight away, I'm getting that salt. You are getting that salt, salinity there.
Nice fruity sweetness as well.
Yeah, definitely. Although it's not obvious that's mango.
No.
Straight up there, and you're getting that slight. So obviously with some of the sours, like you don't sniff them because straight away you get that horrible sort of almost.
Makes your sinuses burn.
Yeah, like sort of lactic acid type off notes, almost like gone off. Yeah, fruit and things like that. So, but this doesn't smell like that. I'm getting, I'd say almost, I had a bit of peach there, but I might be imagining that. Right, let's try it. Ooh. Certainly tarter than I was expecting. But really actually quite controlled on the salt there and the fruit notes. It's not overpowering.
No, it's not. The salt isn't too dominant.
But it's actually got quite a nice level of sweetness to it.
Yeah, and it's very soft as well. So I'm guessing that's because of the mango puree. And it's going to add that kind of pulpiness and that softer, rounded mouthfeel.
Yeah, well, I was going to say because it's got quite a good level of body to it as well. Because I was thinking potentially it wouldn't. Just because of some of the goses I've had, I wasn't expecting it to be.
I thought, I was expecting it to be a bit thinner than that.
But that's got a lovely level of body, mouthfeel, and fruit.
And the fruit taste is really nice. So with some mango beers, they can taste a little bit almost synthetic or a bit kind of overly floral.
Yeah,
that's
not the case.
Because I love mango, but in mango beers, sometimes that does kind of put me off. Whereas this, it's really like it's a fresh fruit taste to it.
Yeah. I mean, that could be down to what they've actually used. I mean, like with everything, depending on the price point and what they're trying to hit. I think
Swedish mango is a thing.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure they got them there from there, but you know, it's yeah, definitely. You getting the pepper?
Slightly on the back notes, but again, it's not overly dominant.
But there's a warmness.
It does, yeah.
There's a very subtle warmness to it, so that I think that could be put down to that pepper. It's like slight tingly on the front of my tongue there. But actually, after having a couple sips, that initial super tartness
does mellow out.
Has mellowed out.
Yeah.
So actually, it's got a really good level of sourness, but it's not like over the top.
No.
I think you could definitely. Actually, this one is one that I could have more than probably half a pint of.
Yeah, because it's a 330 can as well, isn't it? So it's it's quite a small measure. 330 can, 5% ABV. Perfect for just grabbing and sitting in the garden on a nice Saturday afternoon to enjoy.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm going to finish that one.
Is there any lactose or anything in it? It's got some type note to the nose and the taste.
I don't think so. It doesn't say no black pepper. Oh. No lactobacillus. No.
Okay.
Doesn't appear to have any lactose in it. I do generally think that's because of the mango puree and because mango is that soft sort of almost. It works well in like milkshakes, and they make lassies, don't they?
Of course. It's got that
lassie,
creamy texture to it.
Yeah, so I think that's probably where you're getting that mouth feel from. All that.
It's really really pleasant. It's a really nice beer.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very fresh.
Yeah, that's going down really nicely actually. Because some goses can have almost too much salt in them as well.
Yeah, or I just said too much of that tart astringency. Whereas apart from that first sip, I mean, it is sour. It's definitely on the sour scale, but I don't think it's too far. I think the sweet fruitiness of the mango really complements it and brings it back.
Yeah,
it's tart, but it's not.
No, it's not. It's not crazy.
No.
It's not crazy. But yeah, so that's our first beer for the for this episode, and that's Flamingo Juice, 5% from Stigbergets, available in our bottle shop. And obviously, if you're not close to us and you can't pop in, I'm sure you can find it in other locations around the UK and the rest of the world.
But I think, yeah, if you like your sours, particularly your fruitier sours, which I do, then yeah, definitely give this one a try. It's a really pleasant beer, really nice. Quite a fan of that.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was lovely.
That's a really good start to today's episode. The next two beers we are going to jump back to our taps. It's just that we really fancy jumping and maybe changing it up a little bit, because yeah, there's so much in our fridges that we don't get to talk about. So I thought it's been a really a good chance to do that.
Lovely.
So the next beer on our list is actually from our tap takeover with Electric Bear, which happened last Thursday.
Yeah.
That was an absolutely awesome event.
It was brilliant night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was off the chain in respect of the bar was rammed. We had 10 beers on, and one of the brewers joined us, Chris, who had originally worked for Gypsy Hill. Spent some time at
Tiny Rebel, I think.
Yeah, Tiny Rebel, and then joined Electric Bear. He's a local lad as well, I think. Is he a local lad?
His
girlfriend lives in Cardiff, so he really enjoyed the fact he was down this way. And myself and Chris did 4 live beer tastings and talked about the brewery, and I think everybody had a really good night.
Yeah, so we had 10 taps, didn't we?
Yeah.
10 Electric Bear taps.
Yeah.
Including a porter and a sour.
Yes, yeah, the porter's already gone.
Yep.
And sour is
sour's
already
about to go,
gone.
isn't it?
Yeah, there's literally probably a dribble left. It's like there's nothing left of that one. And one of the other beers is already gone. So we've got, I think it was Genga that went, and that was really popular. But also Deja Voodoo, which is the one we've chosen to talk about today, was also one of the standout beers, and it's actually one that we did the tasting for.
Yeah, that's right.
It was. It's a 6.5% hazy IPA. So I'm going to pour that, and I mean, like, what are you going to talk about?
Well, I guess the easy one to talk about, given that we've just been talking about an award-winning Swedish brewery.
Yes.
We've managed to pick up a couple more awards ourselves.
So I guess if you don't know, Claire and I, we also own Barry Island Spirits Co.
Yep.
Don't we?
Yep.
Which is actually multi-award winning spirits company now.
Yeah, so the accidental business.
Oh yes.
When we were launching Craft Republic, we just wanted to have a locally produced small batch gin that we could have as our house pour, and I'm a bit of a gin drinker, no surprise. And we tried a lot of different gins, and we just couldn't find one really that sort of ticked what we wanted. And through fortuitous series of events, we were introduced to our distiller, and we came up with the concept of distilling Barry Island Welsh dry gin. So, but it was always only supposed to be as our house pour here at Craft Republic. It was just something that we wanted to do, that we'd have our own gin. That would be, quite nice. And obviously we're quite close to Barry Island, and we live on Barry Island.
Yeah, we live on the island.
Yeah. And from there, it's just kind of, the business has grown organically to the point that people started asking us if we could send bottles out to people as gifts. We picked up our AWRS license, which means that we're a registered wholesaler, so that we can sell to trade. And this year, certainly the trade side of the business has continued to grow from strength to strength. We were just really excited this week that we've picked up St Fagan's National History Museum as one of our customers through National Museums Wales and Gather Cymru. So we're stocked there. But the big news for this week is that we picked up 2 Great Taste Awards.
Yeah, so last year we won a Great Taste Award for our dry gin, which we were super proud of, and really happy. And then this year we managed to get not 1, but 2, and that's for our...
So we've got a Great Taste Award for our Pink Dry Gin, which already has a Gin Guide Award, which it won a couple of months ago in the Flavoured Gin category in the internationally renowned Gin Guide Awards. So this is pink grapefruit and raspberry, and it's rosemary that we grow in our garden, and black peppercorn. So black peppercorn theme as well.
Yeah, that nice segue.
But when we came up with a recipe for our pink gin, everyone was asking us about doing a pink gin, but we wanted to do a pink dry gin. We didn't want to be doing a pink gin that's the same as everything else that's on the market at the moment, because the market's flooded with these sort of almost neon coloured, over sweetened,
sickly sweet.
Yeah, and as a gin drinker, it's just not really for me. But there's not a lot of pink dry gins, so we figured you could always make something sweeter, but you can't take the sweetness away. So we went with the pink dry gin, and we came up with a recipe again that was the gin that we wanted to drink, in the hope that other people would like it. And fortuitously, there is this gap in the market with pink gins. There's not very many pink dry gins out there, so
no, there isn't.
Filled a gap, and it's been recognised, which is wonderful.
Yes, we're
lovely.
really pleased. And then also for our botanical spiced rum, which is a 3-year-old Guyanese molasses-based rum, hand spiced with all natural botanicals. It's made in a traditional way. We basically shove all of the natural botanicals into a big sort of almost tea bag, and then we hand agitate it twice a day for 5 days to impart the spice.
But it's a full 40% as well.
It's a proper rum.
And there's no sweeteners, there's no colourings added to it, so it's
we use real vanilla pods rather than vanilla extract. Proper orange peel rather than orange flavourings. There's real thought into what we do here, and that's not just in the bar but also in our other business with the spirits company. So we're really super pleased. So we now have three Great Taste Awards out of the 4 spirits we have. We're really pleased, and they're available in various retailers or through our website for delivery all over the UK. We're not doing international delivery yet. That might come in the future. We've tried it once.
Exports headache.
Yeah, we're not doing it again. But if you are lucky enough to live in the UK and you fancy trying it, give us a shout, and you can purchase one either through Craft Republic or through BarryIslandSpirits.co. We're not sponsored by them, obviously, because we own it, so it doesn't really count.
Because we are them.
Yeah, we are them. You know, when all the YouTube channels where they go, and now a word from our sponsors, whether it's
we could sponsor ourselves.
Yeah, we're not big enough to get sponsors. No, like everyone seems to be either sponsored by Surfshark or Squarespace. I don't know about you guys, but every single video I watch is one of those two. Obviously, like Surfshark and Squarespace, if you want to sponsor us, we're happy to oblige. But I'm not sure whether we can do as fancier like segues as some of them do, like our friends Craig and Amy from Kingin' It, who do these absolutely crazy little segues in between. Yeah, they're very good. We're not quite there. We're trying, and I don't know whether you noticed in the last video, if you watched it, Claire's editing skills are getting better and better. Every week. I don't know, like she's throwing in little Easter eggs, and we're going to get a bit of inspiration from some of the stuff that we watch, because I watch a lot of YouTube, and it's quite cool to see what other people are doing, and we're trying to sort of inject a little bit, but not be over the top or whatever.
Anyway, beer.
Oh yeah, beer. Sorry, we're on a beer channel.
Enough about gin.
Sorry about that. But it is the Craft Republic, and yes, it is the Beerstream. But we also are madly passionate about wine and spirits as well. So we might intersperse it a little bit with other genres, alcohols.
Well, in all fairness, we do use our pink gin in our beer cocktail that we do.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Paloma.
The Rolling Paloma, which uses Steady, obviously, and our pink gin. And maybe we could do a review on that one time and actually show. Maybe we could do like how to make it.
I was really gutted actually that we don't have Faith on tap. If we'd used that, it would have been a Paloma Faith, which would have made me really
all right. So anyway, back to Deja Voodoo, 6% from Electric Bear in Bath, hazy IPA as you'd expect, we've obviously been talking for a little bit, but still great head retention on that. It's dry hopped with Idaho 7 Chinook and Azaka. So you'd expect pink grapefruit, tropical vibes, and yeah, well, let's try.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nice piney bitterness on the finish. You've definitely got a body of 6%, that's for sure.
Definitely.
It's not one of these ones that drinks like a 5% or something.
It drinks like what it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to get what else I'm getting there. I can't place that.
No, I mean that pininess is there all the way through. I think you get it on the front end, you do get it on the
that's fair.
That
is
like
fair.
resinous.
Yeah, and I think that's what's catching all the way through.
Yes.
And almost masking a couple of the fruit notes there. Yeah.
I mean, there's definite tropical fruit notes in there.
Yeah.
Some stone fruit.
Yeah, and I think I'm getting just on the back now, on the top of my mouth, I'm getting that sharpness of the pink grapefruit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that almost,
pulling it right at the back.
Yeah, that just it's just almost that kind of feel for it.
Yeah, no, I can get that. And I think that with that resinous, it's certainly not a overly sweet beer, despite the fruitiness levels.
Yeah, I mean, you may have expected it to have that real fruit sweetness, but there isn't any of that.
No, and the ABV certainly, as you said, you know, you can taste the ABV, you can feel it in the mouthfeel, and it certainly is adding that the punch to it as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't. Yeah, that's really. It's not. To be fair, for me, it's not too crazy, which is really good, because sometimes you don't just want beers that just punch you in the face constantly. I mean, there's a lot going on in it, but it's not one of those ones that's just like, it's not taking you on a magical mystery tour every time you drink it.
No, I mean, there's a comfortable level of complexity in the flavour does develop, and it does kind of evolve as you drink it, but it's not so much that it's not sort of, it's not overcomplicated, but there's a nice little flavour journey.
Oh, I forgot to do the beer clip.
Oh, it's going to mess up my
No,
snazzy titles.
You can do the beer clip in between. There you go. Yeah. Just so you know what you're looking at.
Now they're in the middle of, they're about to start scaling up again, aren't they, Electric Bear, because they've got...
Yeah, they were taken over, so we discovered them back in... Well, not we discovered them quite a few years back because of our son. He lives in Bath, so he sort of wanted us to go down, and it was the first time that we had Boom Landing, which was their pink lemonade sour.
Which is sour we've just had on.
Yeah, well, that's the third iteration, so that was Bloom Landing rather than, and then the one in the middle, which they launched during lockdown, was called Zoom Landing, because obviously all the Zoom meetings. But the original one was Boom Landing, which was a collab with Beatniks Republic, which unfortunately is no longer with us. Really sad, because we really liked their beers. But we got invited down February time, I think, for a trade day. I took a load of our supervisors down, and we had a great day. There's a little video on our YouTube channel of just of us enjoying the day. Basically, excuse to drink the beer and eat lots of food.
I didn't go. I stayed home with the dog.
Yeah, well, we had a great time, and we've actually got like a little outtake of one of the videos of our bar manager, which we're still threatening to release at some point. as blackmail.
Bargaining chip, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair. The reason why we got invited down was because they ended up they've got a new owner, a local businessman who has decided to invest in Electric Bear and grow and help them grow. He's not interested in like trying to change what they do. He loves what they do. He just wants to make them bigger and better, which is really great to hear. And I had a chance to speak to David, and he's really stand-up chap, and he's just very much like, I'm just gonna let them do what they're gonna do, but I want to help them to kind of expand. So that was really
Wonderful.
lovely to hear.
Really
yeah.
nice.
So that's the reason.
If there's anyone out there who does that for us, do that for us.
Yeah, please do. But no, so we got invited down there, and that's how we got chatting to the team there, and that's kind of led on to us having our tap takeover here. So no, it's been really good.
Yeah, it's been really nice to explore more of their beers. And they've got a really great range. So we had everything from the porter flew out. The feedback on the porter was absolutely
because that was
Circles Around the Moon.
Yeah, Circles Around the Moon. It was a cold porter, and it was actually brewed using their lager yeast of one of their core range, which is Mixtape, which is one of their lagers, which is their lager. And yeah, I absolutely love that. It was almost like, we've tried some of the cold IPAs, which seemed to be thinking it was almost like it was like a cold porter. So they'd use some lager malts as well.
And we had a lot of regular customers who don't drink dark beers who were smashing pints of it over the weekend.
I to be honest, that's not my necessary go-to, but I really enjoyed it. It was one of my standout beers for the event, to be honest.
And it's a great range of beers. They're doing really good things. Reasonably priced as well, just a really good, accessible range of beers, I think.
Yeah, and the whole team is lovely as well.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do next with this new investment and this new kind of lease of life.
Yeah.
Really
they're going through a rebrand as well.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, so think about October time. They're going to have a rebrand as well. Because I was trying to get a T-shirt, and they were like, "We haven't got many left because we're going through a rebrand." I was like, well, damn.
But yeah, definitely watch this space. I think with Electric Bear, I think onwards and upwards for them, definitely.
Oh, 100%. Right, I'm going to finish that a little bit because that was good.
Shall I pour the next one?
You can if you want.
You need to do the talk.
Ah, no. What am I going to talk about?
Well, you can talk about the next beer if you want.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I'll do that.
Is this the place where we drop the takeover again? Drop the name of the next tap takeover again.
Oh yeah, I guess that is actually a fair point. No, so if you're new to the channel, we've had various tap takeovers this year. It's the first time we've been able to do it. Started with Cloudwater, went on to Brew York. We've just had Electric Bear, and we are very lucky to have Verdant come in here to do a tap takeover for our during our second birthday week. I can't believe we're only 2 years old. Well, we're not even 2 years old yet, but we're going to be 2 years. Feels like 20 years, but it's been a crazy time in the industry, and also baptism of fire, so to speak. But the next one is actually Verdant's 40 watt moon. I'm going to hold up the 20 watt moon beer clip just because I don't know. I swear it arrived, but we've managed to lose it somewhere because, well, if you our wall is covered in beer clips, and it's like
machine.
And it's like trying to find like a needle in a haystack sometimes. But so this is 20 watt moon, which is actually one of the series. So if you haven't seen Verdant series, they've got 10 watt moon, which is 4.5%. They've got 20 watt moon, which is 6.5%, and then 40 watt moon is their DIPA at 8%. I honestly swear we had this somewhere. I don't know.
I feel that way about a lot of things.
I think it's fallen down somewhere. It's fallen off a wall or something, and it's just disappeared into you know what it's like with your socks, like in the washing machine. When
we got borrowers, we got pump clip borrowers.
Yeah, I swear we do. I reckon it could have been a cheeky guest gone, oh, that looks a wicked bar clip. They do vanish, which is absolutely fine because we've probably got, we're over 800 different beers on draft now, so It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, 40 Watt Moon is their DIPA version in the series, and I think what we're expecting, well, it's Strata and Citra, and I'm expecting big punches if it's something like Verdant and what
so
they're
ABV
doing.
on this, please.
8%.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Prepare myself. Start limping.
As they describe it as dank, and I'm gonna put it out there. So we've got a regular who's watching this, Simon Hill. If you are watching this, I'm really sorry. He told me on Friday night, don't use the word dank. He said it's a horrible word, but the industry uses it, and I'm really sorry. And I said I wouldn't use it, but that's how they described it. So I'm gonna use that word. So.
And look at it as well. I mean, you can't see through that. That is. Like, I'm not going to use the D word. It's hazy and it's
yeah, but if you look at it, you
murky.
Murky.
Is that better?
I don't know whether that's any better. But it's definitely.
And it's got that trademark Verdant, that kind of grassy bitterness, piney kind of notes that. The more Verdant beers I drink, the more I'm becoming accustomed to. Again, it has this very sort of certain specific. Aroma and taste to Verdant beers. There's certainly a more savoury note, I think, to their beers.
Oh wow, that is thick.
Oh wow, that's lovely actually.
Yeah, tropical notes.
I was going to say it's got that sort of. It said that savoury resinous note on the nose, but it's not really there on the taste at all. It's actually a lot sweeter than I was expecting it to be. Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely a grapefruit notes, but you'd expect that from the hops that they're using. But there is just a lovely level of sweetness to that.
There's
as
so
well.
much flavour in that. Like it is a proper juice bomb for beer, isn't it? There's a lot going on. I wouldn't say it drinks like an 8%, which is slightly concerning.
Do you not think?
Well, it's up there. I'd certainly put it around the 7, but I've certainly tried some 8% that have been a lot harsher and a lot more.
That's
punchy.
fair. Yeah, I definitely you can taste the alcohol in this.
Well, by the time I finish this, I'm sure I'll feel differently.
No. I mean, it's definitely got a lot of body to it. Real thick juice bomb. I think. Yeah, that's a good description. I think on this one.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's full bodied. There's bitterness there, which again, with it being an 8%, you'd absolutely expect there to be some degree, but it's not overpowering. I think the fruitiness in it has got this lovely sweetness to it as well. That just it's what you get on the front notes, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the beers that everyone was quite excited. The team were excited about getting it purely for the fact that we'd had 10 watt, 20 watt, and when they found out it was DIPA version, they were like, we have to have this. They have to have this one. So no, it's got a real. It certainly lives up to it. That's for sure. I'm enjoying that a lot. I can't smash that hard and fast. This is a sipper.
This is one for us to sit and sip afterwards, I think.
Yeah. Normally I'd be like, let's go, but for me today, no. I'm definitely going to enjoy this after we finish filming. I think.
Yeah, when the cameras go off and just sit and enjoy it.
Yeah, sitting in the bar on before, basically the calm before the storm.
Yes, because we've got pub quiz tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, we've got.
Which we're taking part in, so I need you on your own game.
Okay.
Just
because I may not be hungover or something doesn't mean that I'm actually in use.
No, that's fair. Fair.
Yeah, because I'm spending tomorrow at down at Holbrook Dubs, carrying on with Juniper.
Yep.
Yeah. Obviously, last week we showed pictures of her just as she is. She's already going through quite a lot of transformation at the moment. We've chosen how she's going to look, I think. Yeah.
Yep, and we're gearing up ready for our sort of August, the summer season. And tourism, so we've got a sling of events now starting, which will carry us through to our second birthday in the middle of the month.
Yeah.
So we've got your second beer with Tim beer tasting event coming up.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah,
which is like nearly sold out already.
It has. I wasn't expecting that at all. I didn't think anyone actually wanted to sit and drink beers with me, but no, it's been good, and a lot of return
Yes.
people, which has been absolutely lovely. So no, we're really excited about all of it, and yeah, we can't complain at the moment. We're loving life, and we're loving life. Well, we're going to have to do an intermission again. Bear with me one moment. Intermission.
I didn't sell a bottle of gin this time.
No, and we're back. Sorry about that. It seems like it's a running theme. These last 2 weeks, we've literally had interruptions. We try to. It's like an empty site, but for some reason, we just get interrupted.
Like catnip.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Beer nip. We were talking about your beer tasting, your beers with Tim.
Oh yeah, which is super pleased with. And we were also, we were talking about Juniper and how she was having. We picked how she's going to look, and she's now changing. We're working on that, so I'm off there tomorrow to do some more work on her.
Yeah. So then we got our pub quiz tomorrow.
Oh yeah, pub quiz.
We've got your beer tasting night on the 17th.
That's correct.
Then, of course, we're into our second birthday celebrations.
Whoop whoop!
The We Are Two celebration. So we've got the Verdant Tap Takeover on the 24th. I'm going to do a craft beer blind taste challenge on the 25th.
Yeah.
And then it's actually our birthday on the 26th.
We're working on a name, so I think
I've got one now. I think it's going to be the craft blind taste challenge.
Oh, okay. Well, it's probably better than craft versus. So.
I have to bleep you on that now, aren't I?
Why? It's only if it's I didn't swear, so
Okay.
it's fine.
Right.
But you can if you want to, just out of comedy value. But no, and it will be an opportunity for us to compare craft versus macro beers.
Yeah, it should be good fun.
I think it'd be a wicked night. And then we're into our full weekend and bank holiday weekend as well, which was the very first weekend we opened, which nearly broke us.
And then we're into Christmas party planning and bookings.
Oh no.
So happy August.
Yeah, happy August.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
But if you are planning on paying us a visit, please do let us know. We'd love to meet you.
Any comments, put them below, and also if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe and click the bell so you get notifications whenever we post a video. Thank you ever so much. That was our latest episode of Craft Beerstream. We look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.
Cheers.